Our hashtag is Breakfast Daily, and our WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. Now, this is a segment we like to call Hello, Mr. President, and it's a chance for you to send in any of your concerns in your community. If there's something going on there that you want to draw the president's attention to, then all you have to do is either record a 60-second video of yourself telling the president the problems you face living in Ghana, or you can address the president in a write-up of no more than 250 words. You can send your submission to hellomrpresidenttv@gmail.com, or you can send it by WhatsApp 0550-585832. We'll pick that up, we'll get in touch with you, and we'll tell your story, and hopefully the powers that be will pay attention and solve the issue. All right, so that's the Hello, Mr. President segment. And today we have something that is right in line with World Heart Day. So earlier in the show, we spoke with Neo Kai and we talked about all of the work that his foundation is doing to try to help people with heart issues, particularly children, in conjunction with City TV and City FM. Now we're taking a trip to Ho to see what's happening at the Ho Teaching Hospital, where they're facing their own particular issues with regard to heart health and heart care. Take a look at this.
At the cardio clinic over here. The clinic is held every Friday, so from time to time we come when our dates are due for review. There's a plan to establish a cardio center here at Ho because of the problems that we encounter. At times we have to travel to Accra to take some of the tests and see some of the doctors over there. It presents a lot of inconvenience to us. So it would be fine if we would have our own cardio center over here at Ho. Yeah. The place is very congested. If we could have a larger place, I think it would be very helpful to us. Yeah.
But this condition is hurting us. I'll be going up and down to Kolebu and other until they started something small here. Now, I think people are coming plenty. Are coming about any time are coming about 200-300. If they can arrange or give us more machine, I think it will be better. It will be better for us.
I'm a patient at the cardio clinic over here. The clinic is held every Friday, so from time to time we come when our dates are due for review. There's a plan to establish a cardio center here at Ho because of the problems that we encounter. At times we have to travel to Accra to take some of the tests and see some of the doctors over there. It presents a lot of inconvenience to us. So it would be fine if we would have our own cardio center over here at Ho. Yeah. The place is very congested. If we could have a larger place, I think it would be very helpful to us. Yeah.
But this condition is hurting us. I'll be going up and down to Kolebu and other until they started something small here. Now, I think people are coming plenty. Are coming about any time are coming about 200-300. If they can arrange or give us more machine, I think it will be better. It will be better for us.
All right, so those were two patients who attend or seek care at the Ho Teaching Hospital at the cardio clinic there. Now, obviously here in Accra at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, we have a purpose-built cardiothoracic center that is much better equipped. Many patients have to travel long distances, not just from Ho, but from other parts of the country to seek care at that center. We are obviously inadequately equipped to cater to the number of patients who need heart care, heart surgery, heart treatment in this country. And that's just one example of that. Now, we'll take a quick break, but just ponder, the amount of care that is needed for people who are suffering from heart-related issues and the lack of facilities and lack of equipment and even lack of personnel that exists to cater to all of those patients. We'll be right back. This is Breakfast Daily on City TV. Welcome back to Breakfast Daily on City TV. Remember, our WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. So before the break, we were talking about the situation at the Ho Teaching Hospital and the Cardiothoracic Center there, and matters arising with regard to patients who need and who desperately need care and who need heart surgery, heart treatment. But unfortunately, the center is ill-equipped to meet the demands of the patients. Now, we have on the line Dr. Ben Owusu with the Cardiothoracic Center, there at Ho Teaching Hospital. We'll get some more insight from him with regard to what the situation is there. Good morning, Dr. Owusu.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us on Breakfast Daily.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Now, we know that the center, the Cardiothoracic Center there, this is not the first time you're making news. You had a fundraising project launched in June to equip the center. So I understand that you're looking for $3.2 million to improve the center. You need modern state-of-the-art equipment, etc. Give us an idea of the current state of the center.
Right. So I would say there hasn't been much change since the launch was actually initiated. The issue is for people to understand and to contribute as much as possible for us to efficiently equip the center and to put it in use. For now, what we are doing as physicians over there and physicians and surgeons over there is trying our possible best to use the little we have to make things happen, which is quite a challenge, but we are trying our best.
Okay. Now, we heard from at least 2 patients who seek care at the center currently. About how many patients are you seeing on a daily basis who are coming to you with serious heart conditions?
Okay, so on daily basis, on our clinic days, we have an average of 40, so that means it can actually be more, usually not less.
Wow.
So we're and the number actually is increasing. So I think very soon we'll be overwhelmed. The center is quite small, so there's already overcrowding of patients in the OPD. And it's already becoming an issue on our clinic days.
Okay, just to be sure, what's the age range of your patients? Are they mostly young? Are they mostly elderly patients? And what kind of heart conditions are they presenting with?
Okay, so when we actually started, I would say it would have been the elderly population. But now, surprisingly, we're getting all sort of age group there. That is why it is very paramount that we are able to meet this demand to equip the center, because most of the age groups would be between 35 to 75 mostly. And the common conditions we're managing here would be, and the kids as well, the pediatric population, because they actually come with a lot of congenital heart diseases. So these are some of the things which my bosses are well equipped in that field. They are cardiothoracic surgeons, and they deal with these cases as well. So we have congenital heart conditions, we have cardiomyopathies, which is heart muscle diseases, and then heart failure, and then hypertension. Now, out of 100 that would visit, you should be rest assured that, and it's not a good news, that about 50 of the 100 would have high blood pressure.
Whoa. About half of them at least, or more, would have high blood pressure, hypertension.
Yes, hypertension. And the 25 will already be in heart failure. So you're having a proportion of, let's say, 2/3 of the number with heart condition, hypertension and heart failure respectively. And the rest of the 25% that is left is other conditions, the cardiomyopathy, heart muscle. So we more or less have a whole 100% of our patients coming in with cardiac conditions, which is really appalling. And we are pleading with the general public to come to our aid for us to equip the center and be able to take off these burdens. Pandemic we are heading towards.
Our team here at City actually did a focus on this a few months back, and we understand that currently you can only provide diagnosis and consultation services because of the lack of equipment.
Exactly.
If you have a wish list, what kind of equipment would be top of your list? Obviously, I mean, I'm not a technical person, but if someone is listening, someone who can actually make something happen there, what are you in dire need of at this particular moment?
Okay, so wonderful. That's a good question. And I would say one of the major things we need there is to set up a theater, a cardiothoracic theater, where procedures, invasive and non-invasive, procedures can be achieved there. Because most of our cardiology cases and cardiac anomalies we face over there, which are probably who would demand or who would need surgical interventions, are referred all the way to Kosovo. Apparently, we have only one center, functioning cardiology center, a cardiothoracic center in Ghana, that is in Kosovo.
Right.
So you see, the number is quite overwhelming. And if we're able to put up a center there, most of them don't have to even travel all the way, because I've encountered where patients, after referring them to come here for continued health care, would not even go at all. And then they will come back to us in a very in severe state where there's very little we can do to save them. So having a center, a theater, cardiac theater, cardiothoracic theater would be a very good thing. One to put up on my list. Secondly, would also want to have diagnostic tools like echoes and chest ECGs, as well as we also have other tools as 24-hour Holter monitors, which are all very relevant in making diagnosis. So I think if we are able to get these things in place.
Hello, Doc. Hello. All right, it looks as though we've lost Dr. Owusu, but thank you again, Dr. Ben Owusu of the Ho Cardiothoracic Center at the Ho Teaching Hospital, for joining us. Unfortunately, we lost him there, but he was basically giving us an idea of what the situation is there. So they lack crucial equipment that could help take the burden off Kolebu. Patients wouldn't have to travel so far from the Volta region to Accra just to seek heart treatment or heart health, remedies. And the fact that patients also have to pay a lot of money for that. And some of them choose not to come to Accra because they just simply cannot afford the trip, let alone the cost of treatment. So there are many matters arising from this. It's a multi-layered problem. Our eyes are on it. Our lenses are on it. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some answers. Okay, Dr. Uso, I understand you're back on the line. Hello?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, we lost you for a second there. Okay, so as far as cost is concerned, and we know, again, speaking to those patients and from what you've said, it's quite cost intensive, not just surgeries, but even the treatment that some patients might need on a regular basis, and of course the travel to and from Accra. What can be done about this in the short term? Is any of this at all covered by our national health insurance, or are these all out-of-pocket expenses completely? Doc, are you still there? I think we're still having a bit of trouble hearing Dr. Owusu. All right. We'll have to get back to him later on that. But if you're following this story, at the Ho Teaching Hospital, there's an appeal for support to help the cardiothoracic clinic there. They are burdened. They've got a high inflow of patients that they cannot cater to adequately. They lack crucial equipment. They're not able to conduct simple tests that could help patients, and they desperately need a purpose-built cardiothoracic theater so that they can treat their patients properly. Hopefully someone out there is listening and they can come to their aid. Now, they said they will need to raise $3.2 million to get the kind of center that they need, and their project is dubbed Save a Heart, Save a Life. You can read more about this on citynewsroom.com. Just look for Ho Teaching Hospital and their fundraising project to equip their cardiothoracic center. That article is there. You can read about it. And again, we'll stay tuned to this and try to seek more answers. So Kweku, that's Hello, Mr. President for today. And let's just tell everyone out there again, if you have an issue, send us a WhatsApp message, 0550-585832. Or you can also record a 60-second video that we'll look at, we'll play, and we'll hope that the powers that be can see and hear and help you. You can also email to hellomrpresidenttv@gmail.com. Thanks for watching Hello Mr. President and Breakfast Daily. Kweku?